Today we announced the closure of Kids Festival Sarajevo, which does not mean that the project KidsFest International stops. It's only the platform in Sarajevo that is obliged to close. KidsFest is a global international project. Its other platforms, Italy, Tunisia, are highly successful. They will continue, expand to new platforms, supported by governmental institutions and civil society, both. 15 years of KidsFest is therefore a success story, an invention that turned out to become a magic bridge-building, converging formula that works anywhere. This formula, this label, was invented and first launched in Sarajevo, existing for 15 years. Therefore, closing this platform in the very place where the idea was born is painful. In my eyes, today is a black day for Sarajevo. For the city of Sarajevo, this closure represents a meaningful loss, as much as the event itself will be missed by the children. It's the symbolical power of it vanishing from the scene of multi-ethnicity that is worrisome. No more of this birthday party celebration for an entire generation of all the children of BIH. And that hurts me personally. And likewise, our entire team, our volunteers, and so many faithful, generous partners. It is undeniable that children are looking forward to Kids Festival every year. It was the landmark in the calendar, a platform of identification as the great potential they represent for this country. Children, of course, do not lose their potential with the loss of Kids Festival, but they lose their showcase. Any child's dream is to be in the center of attention. So yes, children prepare throughout the year to invade the city center with the Kids Parade, which focuses the eyes of all public on them, their messages, costumes, a friendly takeover of the city by children. Another vibrant center, epicenter, that changed the heartbeat of the city was the Kids Stage. Who would not dream to perform in public, to be on stage as the main star? A day at Kids Fest is a day to remember for a lifetime, to enjoy hundreds of activities and workshops, watch a movie, screaming, laughing, crying, with thousands of peers. I guess some of you remember the entire Zetra beaming. Kids Festival inspired thousands of people and other festivals throughout the world. Always one step ahead, setting new trends, being inventive and building at the same time a new tradition with the children. In this respect, time to congratulate and thank the back spine of our team, the one and only Kids Brigade. I love you guys. You made this festival a statue of children's universe, a planet of how the world should be. Who but those kids invented the waving time to show home thousands of their peers. Waving time is a symbol, the high time of emotion, of farewell, of see you next year. When hundreds buses, special children trains, crammed full, left Kids Festival with thousands and thousands of happy children's faces, traveling back home to tell their parents the story of a magical day, full of perspectives and a bright future that seemed at reach. 15 years later, this unique project disappears from the cultural landscape, yet another. The one and only project that appealed to the children from all over Bosnia and Herzegovina. And not only to Sarajevo and foreigners, but maybe exactly that is the problem. Bringing in tens of thousands of children together to Sarajevo as a political tool of unifying society is not wanted in this town, whose citizens despise all Papaks, and whose politicians wouldn't engage in any effort to overcome prejudice or lethargy in order to welcome these crowds of youngsters who traveled many hours to arrive to the capital of BIH. We fulfilled that welcoming task in the place of the overpowering absence of governmental representatives. When the city council or canton clicked Kids Festival on ignore. Others were there, our team, KidsFest, friends, children, partners, and hundreds of foreigners, many of the rank of ambassadors or generals, hundreds of Dutch volunteers from out of area. All together welcomed the kids and ensured they will never feel unwelcomed. Therefore, we met our objective. Our festival platform, in continuity for 15 years in Sarajevo, has accompanied a whole generation, marked young people forever, like a mental vaccination against xenophobia. Children from all over BIH came to Sarajevo, met in one place, enjoyed Kids Festival, traveled back with a lifelong memory of happiness and togetherness. They enjoy the best day of their life, and that is what counts. Our aim is abolishing possible germs of racism through a flood of wonderful memories. Today, hundreds of school classes will continue to flood into Sarajevo. Yes, but the tourist visit tours divides along ethnic schemata, as the rest of this country divides everything. According to their background, the young visitors might walk through Bašašija, but Croats may first be led to the cathedral, Serbs to the Orthodox Church, whereas masses of Bosniaks may flood first to Kovači, Šehidski Memorial. That's the Sarajevo reality, visit tours according to political agendas of division. The one exception of significance, Kids Festival, is gone. How did that happen? The primary reason for not organizing 15th edition of Kids Festival Sarajevo this year is the lack of funding. But this lack of finance is only a symptom. The true cause is the absence of a political will, or more correctly, the obstinate will of non-support. There is no political assassination, denial. That resumes into lack of recognition is the cause which ends Kids Festival in Sarajevo. Well, maybe there are still people who don't know what is Kids Festival all about. But to be honest, I rather believe that we face a situation where people deliberately display non-support because they know too well what this is about. We cannot oversee some purpose behind the systematical downplaying of the largest cause of this country, the unifying of the youth, which Kids Festival represented. The city of Sarajevo will have one lighthouse of multi-ethnic life less. A loss that might seem irrelevant today, but will mark a place in history. The idea of Kids Fest as global project builds on the support of the local community, average people, sponsors who engage energy and influence to make this project their own cause. One example in Tunisia, where Kids Fest is a civil society project. Kids Fest got support and then was officially adopted by governmental institutions. The mayor of Sidi Bou Said uses Kids Fest as a tool to raise awareness on important issues. The 5th edition of Kids Fest Tunisia a few weeks ago raised the global image of Tunisia, while positioning itself as an international lighthouse. As a result, the mayor decided to enter this phenomena into a political act and to export Kids Fest from his municipality to others, from Sidi Bou Said into different countries, and to give it a regular tool, the town twinning. And this initiative has been confirmed already with 2 countries, Romania and Morocco. All this we have proposed many times to Sarajevo officials, but to no avail. So the role Sarajevo could have had has been taken over by Tunis, with great success and nearly effortless. So, this being said, the real astonishing thing is that we existed for over 15 years and that given this environment is a true miracle. Kids Festival was born and struggled for survival, making hundreds of thousands of children happy. Thanks to whom? Thanks to crowds of children first, and to hundreds of brave, visionary, creative Bosnian citizens from all parts who fought for Kids Festival and supported it at any level they could. So the history of Kids Festival Sarajevo was written by many partners. I would like to point out a few. One outstanding BIH institution is the MUP, Ministry of Interior of Canton Sarajevo. during all 15 years, a reliable partner, and more than that, opening in BIH new ways of police cooperation and exemplary work with the youth. The Police Day, involving police institutions from all over Bosnia and Herzegovina, was a flagship of our festival for many years, thanks to the MUP Canton Sarajevo. Yes, and my deeply felt gratitude also goes to the armed forces of BIH, not only for the usage of the army hall, but for saving many, many children from being hurt or killed by mines. Just for information, with our 15 years of workshops dedicated to mine awareness, run with the support of S4 first, NATO, U4 and the armed forces of BIH, we approached 15,000 children with mine awareness activities, and we believe that this significantly decreased the potential number of deplorable incidents. Another highlight of achievements we take pride in is the inclusion of people, children, people, adults, everybody with disabilities. We thank Sumero and USAID for making Kids Festival a vibrant haven of inclusion, happiness and hope and laughter for all those who are a little bit different. Thankful we remain also to the Raiffeisen Bank. Without that sponsorship, Kids Festival Sarajevo would have never prevailed so long, never reached that size and quality and complexity that forged our worldwide image. Because of this size, we were able to reach out to new horizons and make Kids Fest an international project of success. And that continues and expands around the world. I personally thank UNESCO for the patronage granted to Kids Festival, as I quote former UNESCO director Irena Bokova, who declared Kids Festival will provide a new opportunity for youth and children to engage in peace building by promoting respect for cultural diversity. I see this recognition of high esteem as the one and only personal reward for my 2 decades of engagement, work and achievements in Bosnia and Herzegovina since 1995. The UNESCO patronage influenced the international recognition of Kids Fest and engendered support in other countries. Our list of people and institutions to thank is truly endless, but I will finish with one of the many, many embassies that supported us over all these years. Italy. Italy stands by Kids Fest at all times. In thunder, lightning and in rain, one can always count on the Italians. True. Italy also gave the kickstart to Kids Fest Tunisia as first international experience, and Italy imported itself Kids Fest to the region of Calabria, where inclusion and migration are important political topics. Before leaving the stage here today, I take the opportunity for the benefit of future organizers to invite all journalists to investigate the question of cultural funding in BIH. For example, why is an event like Kids Festival excluded from the main budget of the Federation's cultural funds, but stuck into another budget which reveals a small sub-budget, nothing but a tiny drawer labeled youth, which does not access the real budget? I would call that discrimination on behalf of the children. While turning to all combined BIH public institutions and sources of finance by comparison of the funding other festivals receive, it is evident that Kids Festival was discriminated from the onset, even though having more public, more visitors than other festivals, but ours were only children. Kids Festival has been financed by the international community, and in times of downsizing and international withdrawal from BIH, Kids Festival has lost its financial backbone in Sarajevo and no one to turn to. Yet, as we are about to close our platform here, we are proud of our most significant achievement, the valuable legacy of an entire generation, which grew up with the values of good society Kids Festival cultivated for all these years. Who knows? Maybe someday children of that generation, building on the capacity of engaging with other cultures, will use their potential and bring back Kids Festival to where it started. I wish to dedicate Kids Festival to the memory of my dear friend, our mascot, Rudy of Slomo. I said at the first Kids Festival 2004, I cannot have Kids Festival without Rudy, so be it. Rudy, of all hundreds of thousands of visitors, children, parents, fans and volunteers, he is the one who loved Kids Fest most. He got out of hospital to be there, took his t-shirt with pride, and he was the true spirit of Kids Festival. Rest in peace. Thank you for your attention.